Hi and welcome. I hope you are good. In this video, I'll talk about the add tools functionality that is there in the langgraph. So I'll be referring to this particular article, this particular page from the langgraph website, and there are a lot of information available here. We'll be needing Tavily key, and we will be creating workflow which looks something like this: start chatbot, and then if there is a tool call, it goes to the tool, then goes back, and if the workflow ends, then it goes to the end. So I'll be referring to this particular code, use pre-builds, and I'll walk you through the code one line at a time. It's not a very big code, so let's go through it. Okay. Fine. So first thing is that we will be needing I'll be typing the things so that nothing gets missed, annotated. Okay, so this will be needed to define the state. Then we have from langchain underscore Tavily import Tavily search. I could copy paste, but I don't want to copy paste. I'll just be typing. It will take few more minutes, but let's do it. From typing underscore extensions import type dict. This will be the data type of the type dict will be the data type of the state that we will define. Then from langgraph dot graph import state graph, and we have to start end. From langgraph dot graph dot message import add messages. So this is the reducer that will add to the key messages which is of the type list, and rather than overwriting it, it will be appending it. From langgraph dot prebuilt import tool node and tools condition. Tools condition is something that we will be using in add conditional edges, so that we don't have to write a custom router. We can use this code itself. Okay, so we don't have Tavily, so let me just install Tavily. I still use this is my virtual environment name, and I still use Anaconda. Sorry for that, but I still use it till it works on personal laptop. You can very well use UV Python package manager as well. So I'll do pip install langchain underscore Tavily. Sorry. Okay, it should work now. There is some CVDITI1 condition. Okay, so we have imported it successfully. Now we will create the class. We will create the state class, which basically is the state of our chatbot during a single call. So this will be typed dict, and I'll not use this auto-filled one. Let's do it messages, and I'm calling it annotated list, and this is add underscore messages. We can be more specific, but this is fine. And this add underscore messages is the reducer, which tells that we will be appending to this list rather than overriding it. Now we'll initialize our state graph. So we'll call it graph builder is equal to state graph, and we have the state here. Then we'll run it. I'll close this one. Fine. And then we call it, we'll define the tool is equal to Tavily search, and let's and as per the document, let's call max results equal to 2. Okay, now tools equal to tool, and then LLM underscore with tools is equal to LLM. Okay, we didn't define the LLM. Just a minute. One thing we need to do is LLM. So first of all, from langchain dot chat underscore models import init underscore chat underscore model. Okay, and LLM in init chat model, we will take this as OpenAI GPT 4.1.mini. I'm not using the 4.1, but just the mini one. Okay, so now we are done. We created the tools, and inside the tools we'll bind these tools to the LLM dot bind underscore tools. Fine. Now we will create our chatbot. Define chatbot, and it takes state, which is of the type state, and this will return a state. So I'll keep it whatever it's doing, but let's write the remaining code. We will return messages LLM underscore with tools dot invoke state messages Okay, so this is our chatbot. So when we return this, it returns basically the state, and this is how it's working. It looks a bit weird that we are returning a dictionary, but when you run the code, and if messages is a key in this particular state, then it will be returning a state. So now what we'll do is we'll create a tool node is equal to tool node tools equal to tool. Okay, and then we have this one. Now this looks a bit weird that we are defining tools here, and then again we are defining a tool node. Now this is because of the reason that when we are binding the tool to the LLM, it will decide whether to call a tool or not. And once and let's say it decides that okay, it has to call a tool, then it gives a tool call. It will not automatically call the tool node. So it will just give a tool call, and then later on the workflow will flow to this particular tool node and to that particular tool that you'll see in the graph. So tool node will run this, Okay, now we will create the nodes in the graph. So we have graph underscore builder dot add underscore node, and we call it chatbot. We call it chatbot, and we pass the function chatbot. Okay, and then we have already defined the tool nodes. Then we do the graph underscore builder. So what we should do is, before this one we should do graph underscore builder dot add underscore node start. So this is not needed, but okay, let's add it. Okay, so this is not needed, as I said. Let's remove this. So graph underscore builder dot add, what we'll do is add conditional edges, and in this conditional edges, the first is the chatbot. This will be the node that will, once it is called, then it goes into tools underscore condition. Okay, actually we can do this, the one which is being autofilled, true tool node false end, but tool node automatically handles this, so we don't need to do this. So we'll add this one, and then we will create and we will create the edges. So basically what we have here is graph underscore builder dot add underscore edge, and we have tools. So if we go to the tools, then we have to go back to the chatbot. Okay, and graph builder add underscore edge. This should ideally be the line which we should have added in the start, but it's okay. The one which I was trying to add earlier. Instead of add node, I should have done add edge, because start is already defined as a node. Okay, so now this one, and then graph underscore builder dot compile. Okay, and we call this graph. So what we don't have here is tools. So okay, let's see. So we have LLM calls messages, and basically here it should be tool. Found edge starting at unknown node tools. So somewhere we have missed the naming. Instead of tools, we should have instead of tools, maybe we would have called tools, or the other way around. Tools condition. Fine, this is tool node. Okay, so what we have missed it, we did not add the tools node. That is the problem here. So we did create a node as a function, or as a variable, but we did not add it as a node in the graph. So graph underscore builder dot add underscore node. So this is what is missing, tools dot tool underscore node. Okay, let's redefine this. Okay, I'll start from here. Tools, langgraph, where we bind it, chatbot, graph, and then we have okay, great. So we have done this. So now let's see how this particular graph looks like, this workflow looks like. Okay, this is the challenge here, graph builder. So what mistake did we do? Let me pause for a moment. Okay, so I rearranged few things and I am rerunning it. I think it should work. So we define the state class, we instantiate the state graph, we define the tool node, the Tableau tool, we instantiated our chat model, and then model, then chatbot builder. We added the tool node, conditional edges, graph builder. Okay, fine, great. So this is the actual flow. If let's say we have a question, it goes to the chatbot. It first decide whether it itself can answer the question or it needs a tool to answer, and if it needs a tool, then it will call that tool, and then again it will go back to the chatbot to see if the answer is correct, the answer is relevant, and if it doesn't need the tool, it will just end. So let's run something. Basically what we want to do is okay, so what we'll do is we'll do graph dot invoke messages. What is the capital of France? What is the date today? So it will give me a wrong answer because it did not it did not go to the tools. It gives basically it gave the response based on the cutoff date of the model. So what is the weather like in Pune? Okay, so the human message, this one, then it gives a tools call, then the tool message, basically weather in Pune, it extracted some details, and then it is the date. Fine. And if I do it again and tell me the date as well. I couldn't find the current weather data from. Okay, fine. So let me try this again. This one is now. Okay, so it's able to give the answer. But when I'm asking two questions, and what things famous, No. So the current weather in Lucknow is misty, 30.2 it is partially cloudy, and this one, the humidity level, the famous thing, some top and trans like Bada Imam Bada historical. Okay, so it's able to answer things. See, this when I asked the question, basically it gave a tool call, and within the tool call it gave two tool calls. One is current weather in Lucknow, and other is famous things in Lucknow. So it automatically split that thing in the code. So let's look at it in a more intuitive way. Okay, yeah. So I'll just take this again and I'll run this, and it asks for the input. So this is assistant. I'll just exit. Fine. So it gave me a response assistant, the weather, current weather. These are the famous things in Lucknow. Now you can see that the answer sometimes varies a bit, even though I have selected the LLM. I didn't select anything in the temperature, but it should ideally take it as 0 if we don't define anything. So this is the overall code. I'll just go by once more. We first define the state message, then we instantiate the graph builder. Ideally we could have done it later, but fine. We define the tool, we instantiate the LLM. We create a list of tools, even though in this case it's a single tool, and then we bind those tools inside in the LLM. Then we create a chatbot which will return back the messages, and the messages should be in the form of a list. So LLM.invoke, and this is the state message. Okay, so tool call, and then we have graph builder, add node, tool node, add. We will add those. This is important because we need to define the tool nodes. Then add node, and then we add the add conditional edges, graph builder, and then this way we compile it. See, we did not give an end, but automatically it has taken the end, so it's fine. We did define the start. So, and then we went on, right? We went ahead with some of the questions. So this is quite agentic, I would say. It's basically not. I would say it would be more of a react, reasoning and action, and to decide whether to call any of the tools, or try to answer the question by itself. So I hope this was useful. Thanks. Have a nice day. Take care.